I want to ask you guys a question. Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, had vowed that he was, and we all know that Stephen Harper was for the Keystone pipeline. Right. You guys all know that, right? Mm-hmm. Do you guys know that or not?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Obama shut him down.
Okay. So now this Prime Minister is totally against the Keystone pipeline, correct? It's the reverse. It's a bizarre world. So Stephen Harper was for the Keystone pipeline. Barack Obama said no. Now we have a Prime Minister who the fundamental foundation of his campaign was that he was totally against the Keystone pipeline, and I understand that, and I'm against it myself 100%, a billion %. I'm totally against the Keystone pipeline. You know, it's the coal, fossil fuel. In 10 years, 15 years, will be the 8-track player, will be the telephone booth, will be the fucking pager of energy technology, and I'm against it, right? So here we have the reverse. We have the Prime Minister of Canada who's against it, and Donald Trump is for it. What do you think's going to happen?
Well, you know what? Let me just chime in here right now, because my wife is absolutely pissed off with Justin Trudeau right now because he wants to raise the retirement age to 67, which is what his predecessor wanted to do. So Justin Trudeau is in effect right now going back on his word. I would say to you that, and as much as you want to talk about Donald Trump right now, just watch Justin Trudeau on a day-to-day basis. Just put himself.
But I'm with Justin Trudeau on the 67.
You can't change your word, though. He made a promise, Frank.
Promises are made to be.
You can't if you're Trump.
If you want to go on one of your major platforms and reverse it.
No. But listen to me, because I'm a little confused here, and I don't want to misspeak. But was one of his campaign promises that he wasn't going to change that?
No, one of his Yes, he was going to change that.
To 67.
To 65.
No, he was going to leave it at 65, and now
it's always been 65.
So is he breaching one of his campaign promises?
Yes, because
this is a fucking shocker.
This is what his predecessor wanted to move it to 67.
That's what I just said.
And a lot of people right now don't have jobs and are just struggling to get by. They can't afford to be waiting an extra 2 years because they want to.
Okay, listen. I understand what you're saying. I really do. But if you don't have a decent pension plan with your company, and you go on a regular Canada pension, you're going to fucking starve.
Well, frankly, a lot of people are.
What I'm trying to tell you is this. Okay, I disagree now that you made that point, and I agree with your wife. If Justin Trudeau was a part of his campaign promise that he was not going to change the mandatory retirement from 65 to 67, which is 67 now, right? But I thought, and I'm in business, that you can't make people retire unless you put it into an employment agreement.
You can make people retire at any point in time. Just watch the media, how people are being retired as they go to work.
We've never done that.
I'm not saying you, Frank. I'm talking about.
I have people working for me that are 68 and they don't want to retire, and they're still extremely important, and their wisdom and their knowledge is important to me, and so they're still with me.
You know, in the last month or so, I've read goodbye columns from Bill Landkoff, Bruce Kirkland, and Ken.
Anyways, it's going to be important.
All from the Toronto Sun.
Justin Trudeau,
Ken Dibblin, what's his name?
Dude,
Ken Fidlin.
From Canada is going to stand up to Psycho Dude in the United States on, I would say, one of his key platforms was the environment, was this Keystone pipeline, and I want to see how he stands up, because Trump wants to open up the coal mines again. I mean, that's great, and that's beautiful, and mullets are coming back in style, and platforms. Great. Good for him.
Oh, you have to have some money to run your country, Frank. Check in with Trudeau, see where the money is.
Well, Bill, let's I understand what you're talking about, Trudeau, and I'm very disappointed in some of the shit that's coming back on him, right? I'm with you, but you are a very smart guy. You're very perceptive, and like you pointed out, you know chemistry. You would open up the coal mines in 2017?
Oh, I would do what I can do to enhance the economy of my country. Get my country.
Okay, well, that's not the way to enhance your economy. Because it's like fucking going to the south side of Chicago and giving people fucking extra guns so they can rob and make more money to feed their families.